Well, what about sex? I think sex is the most beautiful thing in the world.
In my age, you don't have to be completely without sex.
I think that doesn't stop when you get older. How could he?
What does anybody think about making love? Yeah, I can't think of anything that's much more fun. Can you?
There's nothing that I've enjoyed physically that is lost to me. My tennis may not be quite as good as it once was, and maybe my sex isn't, but it's there.
Well, you have to saw that many good tunes played on an old violin.
I know of men 30 years old that can't have sex. You call them old? Then I know of men 90 and they still have sex.
It used not to be thought fashionable for people beyond 65 to talk about sex or to experience it, but the fact is that it's a vitally important part of life wherever you are. I mean, at whatever point. Obviously, it plays a somewhat different role, say at 60 from what it does at 70, from what it does at 80, from what it does at 18. But it's a tremendously important ingredient in living.
Actually, it all starts in the imagination, and it all ends there. In some ways, it could be said that the brain is the primary sex organ. It's not the genitals. The genitals are important, sure, but they respond to the brain. They respond to the imagination. You see someone and you say, isn't that lovely? And immediately your imagination gets inflamed.
Love is something that is not just sex. As a matter of fact, as far as the relationships between men and women, I think the most important thing is having somebody that'll hold your hand.
Without love, there really is no life that is of any consequence. I think it's I think it's essentially the motive, the motive force in living for me. It's loving what you do, it's loving the people that you are with, it's loving your children, it's loving to read, it's loving to play. These are the things that give life a positive accent.
But when you have a good relationship to another person, then you enjoy it. Then I think it's a gift. And that's something wonderful, and that doesn't change if you are old, unless you are old in your thinking.